Come on over, guys. Welcome back to another video at Celestiam Base. I am Celestiam, and unfortunately, I'm coming to you with mixed feelings today because this video has been in the works for a little bit of time. I have sort of sat back a little bit and waited to see what was going to happen with the great nerf of 2021, the full effects of what is going to be happening to all of the characters, and even at this point in time, there is still more to find out, but we're going to be able to get through it because my secret friend from Ord Mantell has hooked me up with an ale here of some sort. Oh, it must be a hot day there because that is warm, but we'll be able to get into this video anyway. Now, come on over here. Basically, what we are talking about, first and foremost, is a huge hit to your friend Darth Vader. After the change that the developers brought out to Darth Vader's kit, after the community was screaming and screaming for it, basically Darth Vader has been around since the start of the game, but because of that, so late into the game, years on, his viability was just terrible, and for such a powerful character in the universe of Star Wars, that basically was unacceptable, and we were so happy when they finally brought out the upgrade to his kit, which included, among other things, Merciless Massacre. But subsequently, Vader was so powerful that that he has come out, especially in conjunction with Wat Tambor, as also a reliable counter to the Galactic Legends, and CG couldn't have that, and so, you know, that, among other things, has become on the chopping block from CG to basically nerf and to make sure that our Galactic Legends are stacking way higher in the pecking order of characters in comparison to non-Galactic Legend characters, and so they've definitely done that there. And so what we're looking at in Vader is a huge hit to his culling blade ability, a 40% drop in damage output. So if you are somebody who uses Vader, especially in your squad arena, or you're coming up against Vaders in your squad arena and having trouble with them, you're going to be noticing a huge difference in his ability to take characters out with that hit. However, slight silver lining, there has been a little bit of a buff to his basic ability, an increased ability block chance, and some damage output. However, it certainly does not make up for the hit that it has taken to his culling blade ability, which basically was what made Vader so awesome in conjunction with that Merciless Massacre Zeta. The other character that we need to talk about is General Anakin Skywalker. Our man Gas has also taken a big hit to his damage output. They have basically taken off Ignore's defense on both of his abilities now, so that is hitting for way less damage now. However, with the restructures that have been made to his kit, it seems like CG is wanting to take Gas out of the Galactic Legend teams and putting him back over with the 501st. If you have been coming up against Galactic Legend teams either in your squad arena or territory war or something like that, you would definitely have noticed Gas in a lot of the teams, including with Rey, with Grandmaster Luke, with even with Master Kenobi. There's plenty of homes for General Anakin Skywalker, at least before the nerf, in Galactic Legend teams, just because of his damage output on its own. Ignoring that defense with his abilities was so good, but that is no more. And so we're going to talk about the implications of that on the flip side of the table a little bit later, but we have more characters to talk about. On a similar kind of vein, Wat Tambor, it was his blast tech, his mass manufacture ability, that when you pass that over to Darth Vader also allowed you to ignore defense, but they have stripped that off Wat Tambor as well now, and all you can get out of that ability with that blast tech weapon mod is gaining 15% turn meter, and the enemies defeated by the character who that blast tech has been passed over to can't be revived. But that ability is seriously nerfed on Wat Tambor without that defense penetration. And so, again, if you were using Wat Tambor with Darth Vader in order to counter those Darth Revan teams, you're not going to be able to get around that Darth Malak anymore, if you can even get around Darth Revan himself, and you're certainly going to have a much harder time. In fact, I wouldn't even try now anymore to use Darth Vader as a Galactic Legend counter. So, big hit to Wat Tambor. Another one that came out was to the Imperial Troopers. However, this has been, certainly at least at this point in time, a lot less noticeable than the nerfs that have come out to the other main characters in this nerf. But so, you know, there's still some viability for the Imperial Troopers to counter some Galactic Legends. So it's going to take some investigation around there about the specifics in terms of the optimizing of modding and stuff like that. And yeah, but not too much to report there with the Imperial Troopers. The last one that we need to talk about in terms of the non-Galactic Legend characters is Jedi Knight Luke. Again, he has taken a massive hit to his damage output on the basic ability, which was also ignoring defense previously, but it can no longer do that. Are these characters still worth getting? You know, there's some significant grinds in the Journey Guide, and a lot of people in my guild and in the greater Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes community that I've been talking to have been asking me, you know, I was on the grind for gas, should I even go and get him anymore? Is he totally crap now? The answer is, from me, yes, you should still go towards those characters like Jedi Knight, like Luke Skywalker and Gas, because although they're not as effective anymore in terms of countering Galactic Legends the way that they did, Gas is still going to have a lot of viability in his original team with the 501st, and you know, if he's sort of the highest sort of meta character that you have, if you're a sort of newer account to Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, then definitely you're still going to notice an ability to take out teams that basically were introduced to the game before him, right? So the main one there being Darth Revan. What is going to be happening with Gas now with this latest kit rework is that his damage will actually be increasing in stacks depending on how many 501st allies he is teamed up with, which is definitely also going to solidify your decision to put your Ahsoka Tano over with your Padme or with other teams that you're using her with, because you're going to want as many 501st allies with your Gas as possible now. Now, let's talk about Vader. Is it worth, you know, relicking him up through the tiers and all that kind of stuff? Now, I will say that it would be worth still bringing your Vader up to relic if you need a Geonosian counter. He's going to be good there, but unfortunately he's going to be nowhere near as good in terms of his ability to counter other, you know, more powerful teams anymore. But, you know, I've been finding lately that he's still a better counter to the Geonosians than the Sith Triumvirate. Especially the Sith Triumvirate can sort of have some other uses. And your Darth Vader still has some viability there, but you're certainly not going to be taking him up to Relic 7, Relic 8. If you did have a Relic 8 Vader, and you have the options to get your Relic 8 currency back, then I would highly recommend to you that you do, and you put that into a more valuable character to Relic 8. Oh my god. Maybe my secret contact on Old Man Phil is trying to kill me with warm beer now too. Now, before I get carried away, let's talk about the other side of the table. How does this affect you if you are the one with the Galactic Legend? Because there have also been some changes to the Galactic Legends kits, and you know, a lot of the non-Galactic Legend characters are included in Galactic Legend teams, if you know what I mean by that. So, you know, for example, if you've got Jedi Master Luke, it follows that you're going to have Jedi Knight Luke in that team because they have worked so well together. Well, let's talk about Supreme Leader Kylo Ren first. Basically, in his update, he has gotten another jig up to his basically his AI when he's on defense and you're versing a Supreme Leader Kylo Ren. He's going to be getting a lot more turn meter with the First Order now, so you certainly, if you do have a Supreme Leader Kylo Ren and you are running him without the First Order, you're making a big mistake there. You need to make sure you've got Hux in that team, and then obviously you're going to have Crew and Sith Trooper and, you know, your standard First Order characters there that you've already worked up extremely high anyway because they were the requirements that you needed to go for him. And so it's all good news for SLKR, basically. He's also going to be reacting to 5.0 first teams a little bit better. He's not doing that stupid thing with 5s anymore where he's always sort of going to poke 5s and stuff like that, so he's not sort of falling for that trick so much. And also with his drops in ultimate abilities in certain situations where there were workarounds for that before as well. Sith Eternal Emperor, he is now gaining bonus turn meter from teams that have undispellable buffs on them. And I think he may also be stacking some mastery based on this as well. So that's going to be increasing his damage output, especially if you have the ultimate ability on him. The higher his mastery is when you do that, then once he does his lightning from the sky ability, the greater the likelihood you're going to have of dropping everybody on the opposing team when you do that. However, there is some discussion in the community right now about how this is going to be affected with Rey because of the changes that have also happened to her kit. With Rey, she now has on her Sudden Whirlwind an additional 7% of damage, basically, that comes with each relic tier that you have her up. So certainly if you have your Galactic Legend Rey and you've been wondering about whether she's Relic 8, then that has certainly become even more important now, to whack that Relic 8 on her to make sure that she is throwing out that massive damage with that Culling Blade ability, which isn't her ultimate as well. So even if you're still farming for her ultimate, that Culling Blade ability that you just saw there is getting even more of a boost. It was already super strong, and now the higher relic your Rey is, it's getting even more of a boost again. Now, the news is all good there. We're not really talking about Master Kenobi because he's just amazing, and there's no real significant changes to speak about with him. He certainly remains in the upper echelon in terms of the Galactic Legends at the moment. And with Master Luke Skywalker, you're going to find that the team in general, the standard team that you whack with him, is going to be taking a little bit of a hit. He certainly still has viability as a Galactic Legend if you are sort of halfway on your farm to getting him now. However, with the nerf that has come to his counterpart, Jedi Knight Luke Skywalker, he and his basic, you're finding a lot less sort of punch over the team in general, and there isn't sort of so much to speak about what has happened to his kit either. In fact, I think there were no changes to him in general. However, we will have to see if there is some other high damage output Jedi that the Theory Crafters whack with Jedi Master Luke in order to see if they can bring that team back up tier again. But he certainly has not been benefited overall by the nerf that has come, basically because Jedi Knight Luke is really his buddy that really makes that team effective, is, you know, that combination. So that is basically all the news that I have for you guys on the nerf. I'll bring you back over. I would love to know what you guys think about this. Are you happy about it? Are you sad about it? I can't imagine that there'd be too many of you happy out there, especially if even if you're on the other side of the table and you are somebody who has Master Luke Skywalker as your galactic legend that you went after, you know, you're probably going to be finding that that team is not working as well as it was. However, maybe if you're somebody with Rey, you don't mind, you know, because you're not going to have a Darth Vader taking out your Rey anymore. Stuff like that. So please comment down below. Let me know what you think. It's always tough to get a nerf to characters in any game, but maybe there are some of you out there that feel this is going to be good for the overall balance of the game, etc. The last thing that I want to let you guys know before you go away is that on Thursday, Australian time at 12, I am going to be doing another stream over on Twitch. We're going to be doing some Conquest again, and the reason why I picked that time is because that will be Wednesday at around about 7 p.m. in California, over in the USA. So those of you who in the US were all asleep during my first Twitch stream, hopefully this is going to be a way better time for you to come and hang out with me while I'm doing my stream on your Wednesday, my Thursday. And for those of you in Australia who are unfortunately locked up at home, you can come along as well, have lunch, and we'll chill on the stream together as well. So I hope to see you all over there. Please like the video. If you are watching me for the first time, then I would love it if you would subscribe as well to get notifications about more content that I'm bringing out. And I will see you in the next one. Until then, peace out, guys.